Hello everyone, welcome back to the boatyard. We've got a bonus episode. Magic carpet on a Tuesday, that never happens. But I wanted to share with you sort of the process of us going through the boat's inventory that we kind of alluded to in Friday's episode. And I thought it wasn't quite enough to make a full story, so here we are. We've just got a little bonus episode for you. There's another reason why I wanted to make this a bonus episode rather than a full Friday episode, and that is because I'm very eager to get to what's next. Not only for the refit itself, which I'm so excited to share with you, but also for the filmmaking side of things. When we arrived here, we got a new camera gifted to us from a patron, Charlene. This kind of generosity still boggles our mind. It's pretty crazy, but we got this new camera and it has fueled just a completely new era of filmmaking for me, and I can't wait to show it to you. So in the next few episodes, there's birds, they're going crazy. But in the next few episodes, we're going to be switching to that new camera, learning how to use it, and so I think there's going to be a steep arc of improvement in the video quality going forward, including 4K. We're going to be uploading in 4K. So if you've got high-speed internet and a big monitor, perhaps that is of interest to you. And I also just wanted to say thank you for the response to this new boat. We are so thrilled to be here and to have finally gotten here and to be able to share this story with you. This story has been so long in the making, and we're so happy that we can finally be telling it. And I also wanted to make a quick note about where the boat is and meet and greets. We've gotten quite a number of emails from local folks who are excited about the project and want to come visit. But I do want to say the boat is on private property. It's not our private property, and we are already so fortunate to be able to be here. Our hosts have been so generous. You know, they live in the house right next to the shed. So it's not like this is just on a big open field and we're in our own little world. So we're not going to be having meet and greets on the property. That's not within our jurisdiction to do. We are already guests here. So perhaps we will be trying to organize meet and greets around Port Townsend or something, meeting in town, but that won't be happening here. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. So in this bonus episode, we're pulling off all of the piles and piles of things that were on board the boat. I'm sure you saw in the first look episode, there's a lot of things. So we're just looking through them and seeing what things there are. We found several big surprises, which we will get to, well, now. All right, there's our pile of sails and cloths and things.
What do you call this? Our booty.
Our booty. All right, let's start sorting through it.
And I think right here we're starting with the good stuff. Even just taking it out, you feel it. This feels like pretty new sailcloth from the tracks. I can tell that it's a mainsail. Oh, here's actually the head of the sail. You don't have to sail tracks on a Genoa or a jib. And it looks brand new.
And we did know, because Joel had told us that there was a mainsail that looks brand new, which I guess that's this one.
Sailcloth is pretty thick. It is a good one.
It could be folded better. Do you want to fold it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we also see it because sometimes a friend of mine, for example, had a brand new sail stored in his attic, and just looking at it briefly like we did just now, it seemed still new, and then as he opened the bag, it was a rat's nest and half the sail was eaten.
Oh God!
Yeah. So let's have a look at it. Something didn't seem quite right. It is brand new or has never been used, but having a 54-foot mast and a huge boom, this seemed a little too easy to handle. So it actually is a storm mainsail, also known as a trysail. Yeah, which is pretty cool because our mast has an extra track. It has 2 tracks, so you can actually let down your normal main and then hoist this one on a separate track. But we were thinking it's a mainsail. Let's see if we have a mainsail.
Yeah, then we don't know if we actually have a mainsail.
This is a boat tarp. seems to be in pretty good shape. But shall we again look for rat's nest?
Let's do it. So, to be honest, we're a bit confused. Some kind of side flap. It's got a lot of buttons on the side.
Yeah. I could see stanchions securing it here.
Okay, yeah.
And then this would be like on the freeboard, so to speak.
Okay, so this is sort of goes on the side, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume. I'm not sure, but it will become clear as we unfold the tarp.
Alright.
I just grabbed the wrong one to start with. So the tarp's got to be divided into sections because this is also a little too small. And this has definitely been used.
Yeah, this one's a bit dirtier.
But at first glance, I still see some life in it.
Well, and it only fits, I believe, when the mast is up, right?
Yeah, totally. No, these tarps are only with a mast.
Yeah.
It does need a few repairs. It has a hole here and there.
Yeah, it's a bit worn, but...
We know that well.
Okay, so we've determined that we have a boat tarp in various pieces. It's a bit hard to tell which fabric goes where at the moment. We'll have to figure that out much later when the mast is up. So I'll just mark it as boat tarp on my inventory sheet. And now let's continue.
Pretty clear at first sight. If it has a windshield on it, then it's probably to see through and it's part of the Dodger.
Now, we knew that we had a Dodger fabric on board, but we don't actually have Dodger frames. I have no idea what happened to them, but they've never been seen.
Yeah. The canvas is quite alright, so actually just one thing that you can replace easily is of course the plastic, and then it will look almost like new again.
And it was obviously made with care when it was made, because even the windows, they've got little covers on them.
To protect them.
Removable covers that you can snap into place, which is pretty cool.
Sun protection.
Yeah.
This looks more understandable, I think. Oh, yeah.
Is this the sail cover?
Yeah. This
Nice.
is the boom cover. Holy moly! Holy, it never ends!
Is that how long our boom is? No.
Holy!
That's-
Well, what do you want to protect?
Our boom is not... It's that long? Really?
I'm not sure. Maybe still here, but still.
It's dusty. I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, this one is worn. Yeah.
Wait, Aladino, come. Wait, so this is this end. Come walk towards me
Yeah.
so we can like show the whole thing to the camera. Yeah, that's really long. A spinnaker in good condition. That's really fun. That's gonna be
yeah.
awesome to fly.
So we put it away racing style. So you just collect the corners, the clue, the head. So can you kind of hold these two together?
Yep.
And then I try to get like the middle point. And start placing the bag.
So I will mark that down. We have one good condition spinnaker.
The bag is cool. We might use this for the jib or the general policy. Maybe we have one for those too. It looks like we do. Yeah.
Okay,
That
next
one?
one. So is this supposed to be the outer or the inner?
Well, I'm struggling with the dimensions now. I cannot really figure it. So we'll see as we unpack. Something else.
Next up, we have a bright orange sail, which I'm assuming is another storm sail. Let's have a look.
This is a storm jib.
So a storm jib. Cool.
Yep.
This also looks like it's never been used.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we have this sail, which comes without a bag. So let's unwrap it and see what it is.
It actually has a tag on it that says Bounty Yawl Mizen. So, if you have a Bounty Yawl and your Mizen's missing, give us a call.
Yeah, this might actually be...
I don't think it belongs to us.
I think this was a mistake, because I think basically what was happening is the boatyard where this boat was obviously had a bunch of boats, and they had storage spaces for all the sails and everything else. It wasn't stored on the boat, I don't think. So they might have grabbed something that didn't actually belong to the boat.
Or they wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Or that could also be the reason why we're missing the Dodger frames.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a look at this. Maybe we should even call the boatyard later.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Another one with hanks. So a foresail. Seems more voluminous than the other one.
What's the condition?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
This is because it is actually this much off the deck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
that it clears the lifelines.
yeah, and I would want to know if there is a specific reason that this still is better. But I think Dyneema has surpassed all these tricks of the past.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have this vlogging in your face
on your deck and everything.
and your deck, and I mean it should always be under tension, but of course it isn't
but-
always.
And
So,
especially because you're raising and lowering these sails, they're not actually on roller furlings, so...
yeah. Well, these all have a wire in them and all need some serious upgrading, but maybe we'll take them for an initial spin.
Yeah, the head sails are something we've been thinking about because we knew that there are some head sails on the boat, but they are all hank-on, and for long-term cruising, I think we do want to go for roller furling. That's a big upgrade, especially when you've got two foresails. So it might not be something we do right away, especially since we have sails to start out with, but further on down the road, roller furling is the goal.
For sure.
So this one's a lot bigger than the other head sail.
So that solves our question what the other one was. The one we looked at before was smaller, so it is the one on the inner forestay, on the cutter stay, the staysail, and this one is the bigger one in the very front, which is the head sail.
And this is the one that's off the bowsprit.
Exactly, but pretty nice to know we have one.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering if we have a mainsail.
There's only one more sail left, so it better be a mainsail.
There's a two bag still.
But isn't one of them canvas?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong. Maybe there's two sails then.
I know there's one main, but I think it is the ricketiest, most used sail.
There is a sail there that looks really in need of repair, so that might be the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
All right.
San Juan 28.
This is a mainsail for a San Juan 28?
I think so. I don't know what an SJ is otherwise.
Okay, so not only is the mainsail in bad condition and has holes in it, but apparently it's not even for our boat. I swear, did the boatyard just give us all the sails that were sitting on their shelves? Just like, stick it in that boat. They won't notice for a few months at least.
For a year we didn't.
Interesting. All right.
Let's look at the other
there's
bag.
one more bag still. Well, I
This is
mean,
a good race boat.
for how this is going, do we actually even know that the head sails will fit our boat then?
Yeah, I've seen photos of the previous owner sailing and I recognize them.
Oh, okay, good.
They look like ours.
Yeah. All right. All right, we've got one more chance for a mainsail that's actually made for our boat, although I don't have high hopes about its condition. than the outside because I think like the outer
The bag is
fold was dirty, but this is not bad. I think we have a mainsail, guys. This could definitely survive a season or two, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, this one's going to be harder to spread out because it's massive.
Yeah, do you want to pass me the head?
Yeah.
This made us think that the sail might be similar. Oh, listen to it. Ooh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah.
No, but the sail's actually great.
The sail is similar to the head sails. Yeah,
I mean, it's not new, but it's pretty good. Cool. So one mainsail definitely in usable condition, at least for a season or two. It's got 2 reef points. 3 would be nice, but we do have the storm trysail if things were to get really bad, and a different track on the mast. So maybe in this situation, 3 reef points isn't even necessary, and it's better to use a sail that's actually cut for the purpose. So, yeah.
That's definitely something to think about. I love the philosophy of going 3 reef points and no trysail. That's also nice, but the other option is 2 reef points but having a trysail.
Yeah, there's pros and cons. I mean, like the trysail presumably would be cut better for the purpose, but the con, of course, is that then you're in a storm and you're out at the mast trying to wrestle the sail up. So, you know.
The thing that you can do by having a trysail and the main with less reef points is that you can make the mainsail out of a lighter fabric. So you hopefully get away with some better light air performance.
Yeah.
And instead, if you have a bigger one which should hold up for more wind also, then it is made out of heavier fabric, of course.
Right. You can't have something that works excellently in all conditions. There always has to be a compromise.
Totally.
Okay, so
There is
that's it
something
for
more in that bag.
Yeah, well, that's it for sails, though. There's one more little piece of canvas. We can quickly look at that. Okay, so this turns out to be another sail cover, mainsail cover, except it's completely ripped open.
Probably for the Santa Cruz.
The San Juan?
Oh, the San Juan.
I don't know why we have this.
Garbage disposal.
Like, this is
UK sails, yeah, this is
ruined.
garbage.
And I don't think this was even from our boat.
No, I don't think so.
Well, should we keep it in case we want some spare fabric here and there?
So this is totally fried when it disassembles like that.
It's so weird that it was on the boat.
I don't find that weird at all. We always try to get rid of shit with boats we sold. No, just kidding. If you knew, the owners were not coming to look at the boat. Oh.
All that stuff that's been piling up that you don't want, just chuck it on board.
This is another pile we got off the boat, and this is more hardware, no canvas. And actually I do see the Genoa tracks right here. These go on top of the cap rail, so they're not screwed through the deck, which is awesome. But more about the awesome Cape George feeders later. Genoa rails tracks, and these ones are the jib tracks, which go on the cabin top. They look nice. They look really good. Either they got a little polishing or they were never used too much, but I mean there's no moss on it or anything like that. So, and it's off the boat because obviously at one point they were doing a lot of work on the boat and they repainted the decks and the cabin top, and obviously you take all the hardware off them, which is pretty nice, and they might even be new. They look really, really good. This is really cool. And then right here we got the boom gallows. A massive slab of teak to support the boom, which is pretty cool. And right here, the 2 big ones are our primary winches. They're variant 27s. This is also something that we might change, but it's very nice to have some to start off. And this is the big plate that they get mounted on. So this goes in between the cockpit coaming and the bulwark, and this is the winch base. And here in a cardboard box we have the secondary winches, which these are Lumars 43, not self-tailing, but they look barely used. Sail battens, of course. There's a piece of cabin sole broken. Looks like where the mast is, but we'll see more about that later. And I believe in these heavy boxes, it's engine-related stuff. It's literally old, crusty hoses. I think they were. I haven't looked into the engine compartment yet, but I think they were starting to disassemble. So this is just all the bits and pieces that they were taking out and apart. Electronics. What is this? Fuel vapor monitor. Huh. Fuel vapor monitor. Interesting. Oh yeah, there's bigger parts of the engine. Here's a fuel line. Oh, I'm really getting curious to what there is in the engine compartment. So there's tons of things here. I don't know if we want to go through it in detail. This is probably mostly garbage, since we need a new engine, and it is engine related. Here there is some nuts and bolts that were taken off. Maybe we can reuse them. Here we have spare oil filters, the air filter, a brush.
We could use the brush, maybe.
Yeah. And here we got the electronics that they ripped out of a Cape George or out of a San Juan. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, no, definitely trash in this box. But I'll sort through it in more detail later. You don't need to see all this boring stuff.
Thank you for watching. This Friday, a new episode will be released where we dive a bit deeper into the true condition of this boat. Thank you as always to our patrons for keeping this channel alive, to you for watching and giving us a thumbs up, and to these folks who always go the extra mile to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. And we'll see you all on Friday.